Hello, sweethearts. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Aigner. This is called The Smile Inside Your Heart. On this channel, we talk about the science and creativity of health, healing, and hobbies so you can liberate your mind, body, and your soul. It's been highly requested on my channel that I keep making videos informed by my degree in psychology. So here we are talking about the science of dreams. I've discussed dreams briefly on my channel before, and I explained how when we are awake, our brains are always computing information, storing, filing, and making sense of everything that we are running through it during the day. Now, like I had said before, our brains do have a working memory, and basically a working memory is the limit to what our brains can focus on at max. So those things are like basically what's going on right in front of us. Anything outside of the capacity of our working memory is going to get pushed away down into our subconscious. These are things like our worries, our doubts, our anxieties, things that we want to avoid, our stressors, basically our shadows. I like to visualize the dynamic between the conscious and subconscious mind as a hourglass, where the top of the hourglass and the sand is representative of the conscious mind, and the little narrow neck of the hourglass, that represents the junction between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, where sand is slowly seeping through as our conscious mind is computing and delegating that lesser information down to the subconscious. Psychologically, what is happening when we have now entered into the subconscious mind? Researchers in this field have pretty much agreed upon the idea that dreams are, in simple terms, symbols and reflections of the information that has come through during our waking day or over the course of our life. So what we are seeing in our dreams is actually a deep inner feeling reimagined. And that's why sometimes it doesn't make sense. So for example, say you are going through a very stressful period in your life. Your brain has to find something, find another image in your subconscious mind that matches up or equates to the feelings of stress and worry. So your brain's literally like, she's been stressing a lot. I don't know what that's about, but you know what would make this story a lot better? If she was being chased by a bear. Yup, chased by a bear. So now in your dream, you're getting chased by a bear because these expressions of anxiety and fear and whatever you've been dealing with in your waking day is being reflected back to you in your dream. Now, also say that you feel like you're in the situation and you just can't get out of it. So now in the dream, not only are you being chased by a bear, you're also moving in slow motion. You're moving like this, and the bear's at top speed. The bear's on that ass. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's what we mean by dreams are symbols for other things. So now the question is, how do you decode or start to make sense of your dreams to understand what it's actually reflecting back to you? Now, I haven't done research in this area myself, so everything that I'm going to explain to you now is just me coming from a practical standpoint. I have been dream journaling for about 5 years now consistently. And that's basically the best advice I can give you in this area, is to start writing your dreams down consistently. By keeping a dream journal over the years, there was certain themes that would come through in different periods of my life. So when I started dream journaling initially, I was going through a very tough time. I was going through a heartbreak. And I realized after reflecting that the dreams of that time period the symbols and messages came through very clear, very direct. And it's because I had heightened emotions and heightened feelings attached to it. So that tells me that the stronger the emotion, the stronger the feelings that have been pushed down into your subconscious, the more vivid and direct the messages become. So sometimes I look at my dreams very literally. If I was scared in the dream, if I was anxious in the dream, I can kind of assume that I'm also having those types of feelings during my day. And that's the first step, identifying the types of feelings that you are noticing in your dreams. Hang on to that because that's really important. You always want to come back to how the dream made you feel. The second step is to focus on things that are in your radar of the dream, as opposed to the grand scheme of the dream. So, for example, I had a dream months ago, last year, that I was walking into Dairy Queen and trying to order some ice cream. Now, I am primarily plant-based, so I don't eat dairy. I was walking into Dairy Queen, talking to the clerk, and I was asking, like, what are your non-dairy options? Is this non-dairy? Is that non-dairy? And they were like, no, sorry, no, there's nothing here for you. And I was like, okay, lost cause. And I walked out. When I walked out of Dairy Queen, the feeling within my radar got very eerie. Anxiety started to come up, and there was a man, a sketchy man, within my radar. Taking it back to how you feel, really pinpoint when things start to come within your radar and how they make you feel. Because when I was in Dairy Queen, I felt normal. But it was when I stepped out of Dairy Queen and a sketchy man came into my radar, that's when those bells started to alarm. That right there tells me that the most important part of that dream was not the Dairy Queen. It was not that I wanted ice cream. It was more so what happened after that. You don't have to really focus in on everything. You can start to narrow down. The Dairy Queen might have just been because I haven't been a Dairy Queen in years, and I just haven't been there in years. The environment of our dreams typically is just the framework for things to start to come up. Sometimes the environment does play an emotional role in your dream, but if you don't feel it right away, like if the environment didn't shift your emotions right away, then it's probably not the biggest and most important part. The biggest and most important part are those elements that came within your radar, within your space, and how those things made you feel. And then lastly, number 3, look for patterns. Reoccurring dreams or things and symbols that you dream about a lot, those are the messages as well. What's going on in your dreams that keeps on happening over and over again. So for me, I have dreams a lot about like natural disasters, destruction, tragedies. I have those type of recurring dreams a lot. So that's how I know, like, that's a dream that's trying to tell me something. I also have dreams about animals. And when I have dreams about animals, I know that the animal itself is a symbol for something else. So I know that if I see this animal represents this, or this animal represents that. All right, sweethearts, that's the end of this video. I talked a lot about the science of dreams and the scientific background that goes into it. So I was heavily catered to my nerds out there. You know, I love my nerds. However, if you want to get into the spirituality of dreams and the mysticism of dreams, comment down below and we can definitely talk about that as well. Things like lucid dreaming, astral projection, tapping into the spirit of dreams, things like that, where it doesn't need to be informed by science. Let me know if you want to learn about those things by leaving a comment down below. And thank you so much again for tuning in, being here along with me on my journey. I appreciate every single one of you. As always, follow that big old smile inside your heart, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.